usually do it here from Monday to Friday at noon Pacific time zone. And this live stream is sponsored by patreon.com/Xia Taptara. So thanks to all my patron that are supporting this live stream and make it happen. All right. Today I think I'm just gonna be doing drawing stuff, and I think most of the live stream will be a lot of drawing stuff rather than painting, because I think a lot of people request that, and it seems like people, I look at the stat and people watch that more rather than painting. And if you want painting, I will still upload some of the painting, but if you want more, you can go to my website, theartclasses.com. There's a bunch of tutorial. You can go to Gumroad /Taptara, and then there's a bunch of painting tutorials also. But on your YouTube here, we just gonna do the painting. And joining me today is Bo Cadwell. Hi Bo, welcome. Are you speaking?
Hello.
Yeah, and Bo is gonna be drawing some portrait today. So not sure if it's going to go live. It hasn't shown up. Wait. Yeah, it said don't really know if it's go. Okay, hey, what's up guys? Welcome to theartclasses.com. Today we are going to draw something. Probably gonna draw some action pose of the two character, Diva and Genji, for the Overwatch. And this live stream is happen every day from Monday to Friday at noon. And the live stream is sponsored by my Patreon, and I'm not really sure if this one is live because it's not. Oh, it is live. Okay, the green light is coming. So this live stream is sponsored by my Patreon at patreon.com/Xia Taptara. So just kind of click on the right corner and then you see the live stream, the link to the Patreon and the rest. So joining me today is Bo Cadwell. Hello, Bo. Are you here? Oh, I think every. Okay, so it's going live now. Yeah, Bo, are you still here, or are you gone already, or is my voice?
I am. I think there's just like a sound issue in Discord. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So Bo is going to be drawing some portrait or something. So mostly on the live stream from Monday to Friday at noon Pacific time zone is going to be mostly drawing. I will do some painting once in a while, but not a lot, because I look at the stat and hey, Rogue said, and a lot of people are watching more of the drawing
What's up, Rogue?
than painting. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of a drawing, maybe a bunch of action pose, and maybe changing different kind of pose, maybe drawing different kind of things. And if you want to watch painting, I will still upload the painting tutorial and stuff, but it's not gonna be as frequent. But if you really want them more, you can go to my Gumroad, gumroad.com/Taptara, or you can just click on the right hand side and then you can download the painting. And you can go to my website also, take some class or something, right? All right. So anyways, if you have any question, feel free to type into the chat board, and then we'll try to respond to all of you. And today I'm going to be drawing some fan art, I guess. You could call it that, in the action pose. And the last couple of days been like drawing kind of similar things, and I guess it's kind of nice. It's easier and relaxing, so not stressing me out as much as painting. Usually painting be like, oh, think too much. So I have, I don't really know what Diva design looks like, so I have it open up here, and so does Genji. So, but I'm just gonna do a rough draft. And this one I did that yesterday, and I did this last night on stream or something. So basically, I'm just gonna start with the white, not white, but kind of off 90%. Well, that's 100. Okay, that's sure 100%. White, and that's usually for drawing. And when I'm doing painting, I usually use a different value. I don't do the I usually have it all white, maybe 80% if I'm painting, but for the drawing I just kind of go with the lighter side. Hey Miyuki, what's going on? So alright, now I'm just gonna rough some line here. Maybe have no idea what's going on. A little smaller maybe. Maybe in perspective, we'll see. All right. Taper that a bit. So we're going to be drawing some perspective. So basically, the trick is to imagine there are some perspective line or some box or some cylinder going on, right? So you could kind of frame it in the box like that. Not a pretty box, but you get the point. So that would be the frame of whatever your box going in. Or you can have a different one that you can see the side, but this is like perspective, more like 3-point, right? So then going up, or you can think of it as a cylinder. And I don't want to do it too extreme because otherwise it will look super distorted. So that's kind of like the trick. And you have any question, feel free to type them in. And now I'm just going to do the rough line. Alright, rib cage. Not sure where to position that. Her pecs or chest or something. There. Maybe here. That will go up a bit, I guess. Maybe too small. So at this point, I'm trying to find a pose basically. So my line just kind of basically almost everywhere. But I kind of have the ideas of what. Probably their heads probably have to be lower according to the perspective. The chat room is pretty quiet today. What's going on? All right. Yeah, feel free to type or ask any questions or something. Just gonna have her kind of looking down a bit there. And then the other arm might be a little more up. Oh, I forgot to gotta put the other dude in there. Hey, what's going on? Don't really know how to pronounce your name. That's pretty hard. That look like there's some syllabics in your letter. Doesn't look like katakana or kitakana at all. Look like Russian letter. But good morning to you. Actually, it's not the morning. It's almost like afternoon. But so she's kind of holding. Okay, so now I'm just gonna draw the dude there. Torso. And just go this way. So that mid back. What the hell is Genji? Okay. So I have to draw his face upside down. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty rough drawing, so. Yep, that's what I thought. It's the lyrics, so. Alright, so now we have like a rough line going on. Maybe make it smaller. Yeah, good thing we have Photoshop, otherwise I have to basically redraw everything. And that's gonna take a lot of time. Just move it here. Oh, too far. Alright, so now we can oops, normal layer. You guys have any fun planned for the weekends? So I'm just kind of adding nose that you kind of look from the bottom, basically. And probably on the bottom, you're probably gonna see a little bit more of that under the upper lips. There. I think that should be enough. You don't need to draw everything. Just sometimes suggestion is enough. Kind of less is more. Hey, Dva Miller, what is going on? And then we're gonna add some nose bridge. Jawline. Oops. Make this line slightly thinner. Eyelash. Oops. Oh, work. Sounds like fun. Maybe I just have her look down at you, at us. It's probably better. Yeah, I'm going to tweak the shape of it a little. Basically, tiny bit of shape, very important. big is this? Make it a bit bigger. All right. That should gotta bring that down a bit. You guys are pretty quiet today. I've seen a lot of people, but nobody type in the chat room. Wonder what you guys are doing. And it seems like I'm losing my voice. This is weird. Excuse me, guys. All right, so now we kind of over with the face right there. A little bit of eyebrows. Tonight, probably not. It's Friday, so no Twitch. But I leave a few video up there, kind of like similar things. So eyebrows and a little bit connect to the eye socket there. And then forehead, the neck. That might be a little too big there. All right. Who's Rogue said that might be King Sidora in disguise. So now I have a little bit of losing my voice here. I'm sorry, guys. That's kind of sucks. Let's resize this a bit and see what's going on. Because I kind of want to see the knees. Maybe I move this one in a bit more. Then so up to the screen. Pelvis here and there. Muscle line there. All right. Then move this up, closing that a bit. Hey Ian, what's going on? How come you don't join us on Discord? Just drawing today, something silly. How's your character? Did you fix that last one? Yeah, I told you, like, if you add a little bit too much on that one, because that one's probably one of your better ones, so I would try to keep it on the original, because when you add more element to it, then it means you have to spend more time painting and fixing it, so that might not be a good idea. But they look good. So that's Ian in the chat room, and what I refer to as on the group class here. So these are all the stuff my student work, and that one looked pretty nice. So that's Ian stuff, and like I think I like the original one a little bit more. So just maintain, you know, whatever you have there, maybe tweaking the background a little bit, then that should be cool. And this Danny did some cool stuff. So yeah, feel free to kind of join my class and all that, and you'll see all this stuff. This Mora, this is pretty good stuff too. Okay, distracting. All right, let's go back. You can come join us on Discord. Okay. So I'm gonna go back here, moving this down a bit. All right. How much time do we have? We probably have about 15 to 20 more minutes. What's her hair look like? I'll move this up a bit. So she has some kind of a band. Let's add another layer for the band. Oh yeah, that's okay, man. Don't worry about it. Good to see you. I don't know, Bo's being pretty quiet. I don't know what's going on. He might be falling asleep. And now I'm just gonna add some sort of headphone here or something, I don't know, some kind of device. You still here, Bob? Kind of like, what? Hey, Laura Pop, what is going on? Laura Pop, that's a nice ring to the name. Then I'm going to draw some hair. Where should it go? Maybe kind of straight out back. Yeah, usually I'll use, like you see I'm doing like long streak of line. I'm using my whole, pretty much the whole elbow, and trying to get the arc of my arm going, basically. If it's a shorter circular stuff, then I'll use like elbow, and even bigger circular stuff, then I'll use the whole shoulder. But that's how you get a more nicer curvy line. The hair doesn't go out the way I want it to. It's kind of sad. Okay, fuck it. All right, now that's the top part. The band need to fix. Just tiny little fix could make big difference most of the time. Yeah. Maybe just make huge. There. All right. Okay, something on her neck. Just gonna give her some kind of evil grin. Maybe. So you just change a little bit on the corner, and now it looks like she has some kind of grin. Excuse me, guys. And usually when you grin, your cheeks go up a bit, so I could round that up. There. Okay. Oh. Bo is having the issue with some Discord. I don't know what happened. So you won't hear his voice for a while. Can you guys hear my voice fine though? Because we have a little bit of issue earlier on YouTube. Arm here. I can punch with the other hands as good as the right hand, but drawing I don't think it will be useful. Two hands is good in combat. Two hands in drawing, probably not that good. But thanks for asking, Aoi. Why would you draw with the other hand? What would you use it for? If you can draw with the other hand, if you make it faster, I would try. But the other hands, usually I will use it for the keyboard. Yeah, I don't know. Ambidextrous or two hands usually it's pretty good in combat, but I don't think it's good in anything else. Because if your left hand is gimpy when you're fighting someone, then you're screwed. But in drawing, I don't think it's matter if you can't use your left hands. Food for thoughts. That's why when you train, you have to train two hands when in combat or any martial arts. But in drawing, you don't need to train two hands because I don't think, if one hand's faster, then. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's gonna take a lifetime to master just one hand. You got another hand involved in drawing, that's made your life more difficult. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. You could. But the fun exercise is to draw one circle in one hand and the other hand draw a rectangle. If you can do it, then that's great because that means you can have like a separate sort of wavelength on your brain, so make you it could make you a better musician. But that's like, why am I talking about musician? Kind of similar, but anyways, it's kind of like drummers. You gotta be able to separate your legs and hands into a different rhythm and notes. Okay, I'm just gonna move this up a bit. Which tab? Shit, this is hard. Alright. I don't know why I'm picking these poses. It's kind of ridiculous. That is way too big. Then this should be longer, I guess. Check. Okay, that has to be. You guys are so quiet. Are you guys like drawing along or something? Seem pretty quiet today here, or maybe it's just Friday. All right. We're gonna add the contour line maybe over here, over here, over here, over here. So now I'm just trying to gauge where I could add a contour part so that I can add all these tiny little details. Here and there. That might be too thick there. Make it slimmer. There. The other arm is blocked onto the other side. Alright, gloves. Yeah, this one doesn't really turn out as good as I thought it was going to. So a little bit of that. So that has to go this way and go back up. And then the rabbits. I don't know, man. You can come up with your pose, then you're gonna have to look for reference. But if you do a lot of live drawing, you can just come up with pose. It's just gonna be a little slower when you're trying to come up with pose because you have to correct all kinds of crap. But if you don't have a lot of experience, then I recommend using reference and live drawing. A lot of artists don't do live drawing, and I don't think some of them don't even have problem. But I would recommend live drawing. It will get you further. It will get you farther. But I'm still standing by the live drawing part. Okay, so and that's why my boobs are always small. They're not big because I've never seen that big one. It's it will make your drawing a lot more natural and accurate, even though when you go stylized. So, but if you like drawing stylized stuff, then you might not really think that. But if you want to be good, just go live drawing, then you're gonna be good. Hopefully, if you go all the time. All right, let's just add some armor, and you gotta put things in all this armor in perspective. Shit, that's gonna take a while. I didn't know it's gonna. I thought it was gonna be easy. We should be done by now, but apparently not. Be like 20 minutes. And usually I just try to sketch really fast here. You can. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I hardly ever done. I used to do them a lot more, but when you have to paint it, it's kind of harder to paint all these action pose because all the plane of the body. You have to think about it more. Usually, Ian, you see me go with the typical character design because the lightings are easy. But when you have to put character on the pose, and if you don't have a reference for these, then the lighting is gonna become a little challenge when you paint. So yeah, the drawing is not that hard. When you have to come paint these things, yeah, that's gonna be painful. But if you're just doing flat color, then that's fine. But it's probably easier. But if you have to paint these, then you're like, what the? Yeah. So that's why I don't usually do them as often. But if you're doing comic books, then and using like just flat paint, then it should be fine. So this one, I guess it should go a little bit there. This would go up on the side. There we go. Doesn't have that. That's gonna go up here. And I don't know where I'm gonna be able to finish Genji, but I will stay a little later. I have to, I guess, because this is take quite a bit longer than I thought it would. Oops, don't need those lines. Let's make it too less clean. This line here, rib cage, bit of design there. Just come up a little. Down to the knees. All right. Yeah, come on. I think Bo might be gone, so all by myself here. He's have some issue with the audio, so sorry. Sorry, guys. Come on. Okay. It's not going to be as foreshortening as I thought. Just going to add the knee pad just for the hell of it. And you can turn that down pretty low. There. Then just do it. Then I guess I can add some poster or something here. No, that's kind of make it look too busy. I'll add them later. And here, cut all the way up there. There. And that one's on the other side. Big chest character. Yep, not really my thing. I mean, they have decent size, doesn't have to be super big. Just a matter of preference, really. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to clean up this face a bit. Slight tiny bit of tweaking. Taper this line a bit more. See, if you separate the distance a little bit, it sometimes it helps the look quite a bit. It's the distance between things, it's the relationship of the shape, how you want them to look, basically. Sometimes you go back to the same shape, but you retweaking the corner, taper, changing the size. That might make some improvement. And sometimes it could screw it up. So it could go both ways depending on how accurate you are and the precision of the line. Like if I add that in, it might not look as good, so I just don't add it. But some people might like it, so it depends really. Alright. The hair, the bang kind of bothers me. So look at my border bangs. How did I deal with it? Just gonna redo it. Go the opposite way, right? Give it a shot. It could look better. I think it kind of does compared to the older version. What? I never use pen. I just use brush. And I usually use gray instead of black. But it's just a drawing. I don't think that should matter as much on opacity and flow. You're not painting. Even painting, it shouldn't matter as much either. You just have to know it's not the opacity and flow will help in painting, but you have to know what it's supposed to look like to get the value. And in the final matters. It's not the beginning of, but those will kind of determine how much you have to guess yourself how much opacity and flow you're going to use, like how much color do you need to add on top, and how much light it should be, how dark it should be. The opacity and flow is just part of it. It's not the solution. It is part of the process, just not. It's kind of hard to explain it. You got to start it off right, but then you have to know what it should look like when you put your paint down. Oh, fuck that thing. See, like if sometimes just a little thing, painting, drawing, similar thing. If some little tiny bit of things off, and then fucking siren, somebody died. Sorry. Then that doesn't look good. Then I'm gonna have to retract and like, oh shit, that's not what it's supposed to look like, right? And I just put it there just to kind of see if that would make it look better. If it doesn't, then I have to get rid of it and try to add a bit more here. Ultimately, you have to know how value works and how color interacts. And do some practice more. Opacity alone and brush setting alone is not going to solve your problem. It's like a lot of times you see people, like some people, do arts once, and then if you keep painting every day, you can handle that well. So you have to know what it's supposed to look like. Everything is related, so it's relative. Oh shit, this be like 40 minutes. This thing takes forever. All right, and I haven't even started Genji. Add a patio. So does that make sense? I hope that helps, Matthew. So it's kind of like, when you first start using pencil, like graphite, and then you draw, and graphite would get as dark as it goes, like 2B, 3B. Then you adjust your pressure on your hand. But when you start using compressed charcoal, you're using the same pressure on your hand, it gets darker. So you're going to have to readjust the pressure on your hand to compensate whatever value that you want it to be on paper. Basically the same thing. So the tool is important, but the compromise, and you have to know what it should look in the end. Then you will know how to utilize your tool. You can't it's kind of like a guessing game, but it's educated guess of what light and shadow should look like. Something like that. I don't really know how to put it in words, but practice and know your tool. It's kind of like you have different kitchen knife, and some of the knife you haven't sharpened in a while, so you're gonna have to put more effort into slicing something, or you can resharpen the knife. Different knife has different. Okay, so now Genji here. I'm just gonna. What is this? This is. Let's name it G. I'm gonna have to go pretty soon because I have work to do. But I'm gonna stay here for a little bit while longer. So I'm just gonna add the face, I guess. You know what? I'm just gonna flip. It's gonna be hard to draw. Rotate 180. Yeah, it's a lot faster here. Yeah, so all you need to do is just to get used to your tool, buddy, and then you'll be able to handle them fine. The more you use them, the better you're gonna handle them. I have one student that I have no idea he used this whole time. He does pretty nice character and stuff, and I have no idea this whole time he used Sketchbook Pro, and he watching all the lesson, and it turns out pretty good. It looks like he was made in Photoshop, which kind of surprised me. And I was like, what do you? Because like a lot of times he doesn't like usually use texture brush, and he was like, yeah, I just use Sketchbook Pro because I like it better. But I was like, did you understand all my lesson then? Because I show Photoshop. He's like, yeah, it's basically just the principle. So if the foundation is good, then um, everything should be fine. Doesn't matter what program. I have a few students like I teach in Photoshop mostly, right? And some of the students use like Procreate or you know Sketchbook Pro, and Sketchbook Pro surprised me the most because it doesn't have a lot of function. But if you can do a good job on that, man, Photoshop will be like a piece of cake, especially for painting. Um, but yeah, just a matter of tools and what matters is use like if you teach the person what it's supposed to look like and what's the foundation, how to um, find the right value on the object, then everything will translate no matter what program you're using. And it could look pretty good. So yeah, it's not the brush. If somebody can make something look good in Sketchbook Pro looking at Photoshop tutorial, then it's definitely not the brush. It's just the understanding of how well you understand the foundation um, and all that. So it's really, that's kind of surprised me when you use Sketchbook Pro. So it's like, what the fuck? How did you make it look so good? Which I might make some drawing on Sketchbook Pro. Okay, fuck. Now the shoulder, kind of stuck here. The shoulder has to be in front of the face, right? So I'm gonna have to make collarbone. So which is he has some plates over here. Some wiring thingy, his neck, chest part. I'm just gonna super scribble now, but you can probably tell what it is. Then rib cage, arms, shoulder probably be on that side, tricep. And the other arms, hands and arms. And then stomach plates. Yeah, I probably will do some Sketchbook Pro drawing because here and Sketchbook Pro here, that probably doesn't make that much difference at all. I could possibly do that. Yeah, but this doesn't matter what program really. The difference to me is like if it if I'm faster in one program, then I'm just usually gonna stick to that because I'm really fast in Photoshop in comparison to all of other programs. But if it's just drawing, it doesn't make much different because they're just line. So anything with line, I'm probably the fastest in pencil because I can make it go where I want to more so than Photoshop. Because on Wacom it's super slick, so it doesn't have friction. But it doesn't mean that you can't get nice line. You could, it's just gonna be trickier. And it's Genji here. Make his face a little thicker so you can see. Alright guys, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys again on Monday. I will leave this video over the weekend, and if you want any painting tutorials or you want to check out class, select the top right corner of the screen and you see the link, and you can go find all kind of classes and probably digital painting tutorial and such. This one take quite a while, surprised me. I wasn't planning to be here that long, but since it's Friday, I can slack off and do some other stuff, whatever the hell I want to. I will see you guys next week on Monday. I might jump into live stream today, but I'll probably upload some paint over this weekend, possibly. Maybe some package up there. There. Alright. Some foot. And maybe some thickness on this.